Hey guys, how's it going? All right, welcome back to another episode of Use It or Snooze It, where we pick the kit of the month from the previous month from Unity Stamp Company, and we pick out one stamp that we kind of that we love and one that we don't like, right? So one that you want to use and one that you're like, just snooze, sleepy, whatever. It's not exciting. This is the brainchild of Brandy, the left-handed crafter. So, really glad she thought of this. And I do apologize now that I'm late. This is supposed to be every last day of the month. Okay, so it's been a whirlwind of stuff lately. I'm not normally late with collabs or anything, so it really annoys me pretty bad that I'm late. But I do apologize. So, but let's get on with it. So for my use it stamp, I'm going to do these beach chairs. And you know what? I have the chairs that you like sit down really low at the beach in and, stick your feet in the sand or whatever. But I've never rented those, like the lawn chairs, like the nice whatever. I'm going to do that next time. But anyway, and then my snooze it is this flower. I'm not feeling the flower. I mean, it's okay, but I don't, I don't know. Anyway, I like a lot of flowers, and actually, I think my ideas turned out actually okay, sorta. But I don't know. We'll just I'm gonna stop rattling on, and we're gonna go on with it. So okay, so I cut this circle die, and I just used like a nice little stitched border there for the circle. So we are going to try to get this entire stem on here, and okay, so not all the flower will actually be on, but that's fine. Actually saw, I, I was pretty sure I was going to sell this stamp, to be honest. And then I happened to see a little sample done kind of like this with it. So, yes, we are going to try it. It kind of, I don't know, it made me like it again. And from last time, I did end up selling the strawberry that I used, even though I did like the way the card turned out. But I just think it not enough for me to use it again. So, and I think something else may be out of that kit. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna set this to the side, let it kind of dry a little bit, and then what we would do is stamp another one in this larger circle. Okay, and then we're gonna do some tea dye stuff around the edge. So we're going to do that here in a minute. Put this back up here. I almost picked the shells to use for my use it, because I do love those too. But I was hoping, honestly, that Brandy would pick those just because I love to see her use beachy stuff and ocean stuff and whatever. And she did, so I was excited about that. Okay. Well, maybe I should just do my stamping first. I don't know. Yeah, well, I think we'll... Well, I guess we have to start coloring now then, if we're going to make it happen. Okay. So, got all my markers here. I'll do the tea dye stuff probably at the end. I think that'll be okay for right now. So I wish this was a little more dry, to be honest, but we don't have time. So I should probably have plugged up the heat tool, but it's going to be so covered up that honestly you're not really going to see, even if it smears black today, which it is, because I'm not using the right kind of ink that you should use with Copic markers. But that's just my favorite black ink, and I just use it all the time, and I just don't want to let it go. So, okay, I'm just going to color, maybe not that smeary, over all that. So, puppy update, by the way. Brownie, the girl dog, is doing well, and I'm super excited. she is, let's see what color next, something bright. This is going to go all over like the edge, so I don't want quite that yet. Maybe. This is going to look like a hot mess, but it kind of turns out okay, which is my usual, whatever. So we're just going to go through some here. I'm just going to put some everywhere, I guess. Anyway, back to Brownie, which is what I really want to talk about. Sometimes I should just get on here and call this show the dog talking show. Anyway, can't help it, y'all. So she did well. It was a really busy week before. Did I use that before? That is bright. I don't exactly remember that one, but like I said, it all kind of works out. It'll be fine. I know it looks horrendous, and real people that can color stuff are probably freaking out right about now. So, but no worries, that's okay. And I'm going to hit that just in the middle a little bit. Can't really see it, so it really doesn't matter, but okay. So this is going to be my darkest one. And I'm going to do the stem all the way out. But anyway, yeah, the week before heading back to work was super busy. Took my boyfriend for his colonoscopy. I don't know if I told you guys about that. Probably did. My father came down with pneumonia, and he's doing better from that now, thankfully. That's very, that's scary, y'all. And we don't even know why. I don't know if it was like leftover from COVID. He thinks it was like too long for that. I don't know. But, so this is not our darkest one, but it's getting close. I'm just going to kind of trace over some of these. But anyway, it did develop. He just kind of couldn't lay on one side suddenly and was hurting, and so I don't know. But we got some medicine, and hopefully he's all good. It's feeling much better. That the next x-ray was looking good, so knock on wood, he's good. But just going to give that a little more color through there before we go into our darkest color. Which is this one, I believe. Anyway, so boyfriend's colonoscopy took like, I don't know, it was 5 hours, 6 hours, something ridiculous, because the doctor had an emergency, which, you know, that happens, so gotta understand that too. But just not a great time. And then Brownie needed to be taken to her appointment to be spayed, and then since my dad was sick at that time, I didn't want to leave him too long, and so I took her, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away, and then I turned around. I had to have her there at, I think, 8, and so then turned around. I got breakfast at Hardee's, and my dad loves breakfast, and so I brought that back and drove all the way back, stayed a couple hours, and then turned around and went back again so that I could pick her up from her surgery. And at that point, I picked my fiance up, and he went with me for that round, I guess you could say. And we took her, once she got out, to the boarding kennel, which was so hard. Oh my gosh! But it was really nice. Like the guy that owns it, there's several people that work there, but the owner happened to be there, and so he gave us maybe because I'm a little hyper and I was asking a lot of questions, and I don't know. Maybe you could tell I was nervous and whatever. So he gave us a tour of the place and, where she'd be staying and all that. And she seemed to, she was a little, kind of sleepy and out of it, and not like super, super sleepy, but pretty sleepy. So she just kind of, now I'm just going to blend it a little with this, I guess. But as you can tell, eventually after you get all the colors on there, oops, went out of the lines just a little, it turns out fine. So it's kind of pretty, I think. We'll do these yellow, or try to. But anyway, so when we met some of the other dogs, oh my gosh, there was the biggest dog I've ever seen in my life. And his name was Ozzy. He was so cool. But they had about 30 some dogs there. And they had, they can't, apparently some kennels put your dog with other dogs, like for social hour or something. That's insane to me. But, yeah, I didn't want that. But, okay. So I'm just going to get a little stamp block here. And we're going to stamp this today. Let's say today is always the best day. Hopefully I can get that straight. But anyway, they seemed really nice, and he talked about, like, some people wanted to FaceTime their dog every night before the place closed at 7, and they would do that. They're really accommodating, it sounded like, so I like that. And I really hope this is the right way. Oh, please be. Oh, yay. Yay. It's straight. Okay. So now I guess I need to get a little tea dye going. So for this one, I'm just going to use the Distress Ink tea dye. And just a little bit on there. But anyway, so I took all her food and treats and all the stuff, and they said I could call anytime, which I did. And they would send me pictures and things like that of her and the little updates, so that was nice. And but then I called the next day, and, well, let's see, I took her Thursday evening when she got out, so she made it all day Friday. And then I think it was Friday evening, I guess, when I called. And because I was trying not to call, but you just want to call. And I forgot to color this. I'll do. Okay, so we're doing the same process, and you're only going to see the edge of this, so it's not really a big deal. You don't have to color the entire thing for this one. We're just going to kind of line it up together. I wonder if that's enough. Getting close. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, calling. So I called the next day, and the lady that was, like, I guess the female owner, or the wife, or whatever, she said the girl that was working and was up there just sent her a picture of Brownie and a text, and she also said that she was just kind of laying around and not doing much, and which, I mean, after a major surgery, I can totally understand. Like, it's not uncommon, but somehow I thought for her to text that lady a picture, like maybe something could be wrong, or maybe she's just like really lonely, or the things they go through your mind, right? So, and they said I could visit, because I did ask that, and maybe bring her a little hamburger or something that she likes through the week, or something. And it was only made it a day before I felt like I needed to go visit and kind of check on her. And so I did. And there was the nicest little guy there. He was kind of a young college student, I think. And I could tell that Brownie already knew him. And, he said he'd been giving her treats and things like that. And I felt like that was true just because of the way she kind of acted with him. But when I got there, they said she was, which, she was taking medicine too. She was on pain meds for 5 days. And so I don't expect her to be like, woohoo, but I just didn't want her to be like lonely and feel abandoned for, again, a second time. So I think I'm just going to go over it all with this, kind of like we did the other one. Did we do that part? I think we did. I believe we did. So anyway, so we went to visit, and she was it made me feel a lot better, I have to say. I don't know if it made the dog feel better, but they brought her out to the waiting room, and I did bring her a hamburger and all that, but she only took like a couple bites eventually, and that wasn't even at the beginning. So and they also had said she wasn't eating much or whatever, which again, I mean, I understand, like, I know, but you just worry. And so anyway, she did drink some water and things like that for me, so that was good. But alright, so I'm just going to put some puffy tape on the back of this, and then we'll figure out how in the world to line it up, because I don't know yet. Or I'm going to make this video so long. This is ridiculous. I don't even have the second card done. I might should just do it and show you. I don't know. But I hate to do that because I'm already late. So, like, process videos are somehow a little better. I don't know. I'd rather see somebody work on it personally than just show me what they made. But sometimes when you're in a time crunch, you kind of need to do that. But anyway, so she seemed to be doing better. Not 100% herself, which is to be expected. But that was okay. But she was still loving, and her eyes looked better than when we left. She looked a little more awake, and she even played with the ball a little bit, and which that made me nervous too, because she would like run at it, and I'm like, no. We have to stay calm. Calm. Alright, so let's just line that up. Right there, I don't like that. Hang on. That's pretty bright transition. Don't you think? Oh, you know what? I didn't put the yellow through there, did I? A little bit of that. Brighten it up in there just a smidge. Okay, so now let's kind of line it up. Or at least in my mind. Or maybe we won't line it up. I don't know. Because I already missed this right here too. Apparently that is going to show. Should have colored a touch more. I guess when you raise it up, there's more that shows that you don't realize. Okay. So there. That's nice. I like that. It makes me like this stamp, honestly, so much better. Really does. Okay, so I did not have all the pretty papers and this and that they had in the sample that I was trying to work on, or get inspired by. But, I mean, I do have some, but I just couldn't, nothing was matching up with, I wanted to use a bright pink for this, so I just pulled out this and got some purples, some pinks, some random stuff here. But anyway, so when I went to get, I called a couple more times, to be honest, and checked on her and things. I just did these two little flags. I don't know, maybe I should use that one. I almost think so. Anyway, so when I went to get her, I was so excited. I've missed her all week. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, I missed her bad. I really, I don't know. I just didn't expect to get this attached. I don't know why, because I just do anyway, but I never expect to get attached, you know. I know they can't stay. I know I'm just helping them out, but I still just get attached. But anyway, and Copper through the week, like, oh my gosh, and trying to be busy and start school and all this stuff, and still, you know, spend time with him and give him a lot of extra attention, all that I could. And okay, maybe over there. I don't know. I don't want to press it down too much. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. But he's a growler, okay? He growls, I think I've told you guys, at everything. If a twig snaps, he growls, like, just whatever, he growls. But he doesn't mean anything by it. Like, it's not a mean growl or anything. It's just, like, curious and interested, or, what's that, you know? and then he does chase things and growl and run after stuff and whatever, too. But, so he didn't growl. Like, I don't think I heard him growl at all. And it was kind of depressing. Like, I'm so used to him growling. And he just, even the people that he would growl at and run up to or whatever, and normally chase. And, you know, but they would pet him after that, of course. But he would be like, you know, he'd just walk up to them. And I would watch him, like, because, you know, usually I'm like, they don't bite. It's okay, you know. They're friendly. They just make a lot of noise. And, but anyway, he would, like, walk up to these people and just, like, hey, pet me. It was just, like, he was so sad. And, and he would get in my lap and curl up, and, like, I would really have to, like, I mean, he really wanted to be held like a baby. He's a big boy now. And, it was, you know what, I'm going to add just a little bit of these. I forgot. So I have these gems, but they're light colored. All right. So I just took my marker, oops, and made them this color. So you can color any. That's also why I just tend to now buy clear gems or whatever I'm putting on it, because you can turn them any color you want, you know, with your alcohol markers. So kind of works. Anyway, and his toys, like, he would drag the toys all over the place at night, and they would all be, like, everywhere in the morning when I came out. And I would even try to get up through the night and, like, go give him a treat, and I'd set my clock for, like, 3 o'clock in the morning. I know it's crazy, but just, you know, just to say hi to him in case he was super lonely or anything. But so how do you, I don't think I've opened this, have I? This is Dollar Tree glue, by the way. Oh my goodness. I can't even remember. Do you take the lid off? What's the deal? I can't remember. Gosh, how long is this poor video? Oh, it's gonna be bad. I guess you just cut the top off. I don't remember. That's what we're gonna do. Or does it pull out? I don't know. Well, that's what's happening today. It's kind of a big hole. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so they're all going to be like right here clustered together in this giant swimming pool of glue. Okay. That's hotness. Don't you hate when you do that? Something stupid at the end. Oh well. Great day. Not exactly where I was going to place them, but, you know, it'll work. It'll work. Has to work, right? We're out of time. Okay. So, next up, I've got this bad boy. So, I just took a regular pre-cut card, which I'm almost out of this color, and it's freaking me out. I cut that, and then I cut a frame. But anyway, so he's strung his toys out and all that stuff. And so I'm going to use this right there. And just, I was going to raise it up, but then it shows right here. So I guess I'm not. But I am going to go ahead and stamp it right there, I think. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm just going to have to wing it because I really can't, can I? I have to do the coloring. Okay, so this time we're going to use oxides. And I'm going to do a little salty ocean, a little squeezed lemonade, and a little tea dye in the oxide. So that's going to be water, kind of sun, you know. And we're going to go for that. And hopefully we get our layers in there pretty much. But anyway, so when I went to pick her up, and she was perfect on the way, by the way. She didn't get sick. She didn't throw up. She was the perfect little lady. So that made me feel good, except that I was like, oh no, is she being good? Just, is this the end? Oh. But luckily, you know, it's okay. Little sun, sea, and sand. So anyway, but when I went to officially pick her up, and she was feeling better and healed up pretty nice, and I felt it was safe to bring her home. Because the first time I went to visit, it was definitely not, I wanted to bring her home then, to be honest, but it just wasn't safe because, like I said, she's in my driveway and they chase everything. I couldn't have her running around and all that stuff with her surgery. So, let me just measure this real quick here. Okay, so I can get a little bit more of this one up top. And I just used an oval frame, you know, I mean oval die to cut that out there. But anyway, so when I walked in, I'd called the owner, which, like, it's like an 800 number, so that goes to, I guess, her, and then, but not the people that are up there at that moment. And she's like, oh yeah, you know, there's somebody there, go ahead and pick her up. And, so I guess they didn't know it was coming, but whatever. Anyway, they were in the back working, and, but that's good, because the door was peeked open, and I could kind of see that they were really, they're good to the dogs. I like that. And so anyway, he realized I was there or whatever, and he went and got her, and he had her on, like, it was like a leash, but it was like an extended, you know, she could go wherever she wants, like it goes whoosh, like a fishing rod or something, I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get one of those. So much better than mine, but lets them go a lot farther and faster, and I guess gives them, you know, whatever out in their yard they play in. So this is my sand here. But anyway, so it was like a movie though. It was, I wish we could have, like, cue the music. She saw me and she was like running to me. It's kind of a long little place. and and I dropped my purse and I ran to her with open arms. A bit dramatic, I suppose, but I was so happy to see her. So I don't care. But anyway, so we just like embraced there for a while, and um, so we headed to the car, and she jumped right in the car and got up in her seat and whatever. But she was so excited, and then I realized also I forgot her paperwork. So because I had taken like I guess proof of shots and all that, and um, so which he didn't actually even ask for. Like I was trying to give it to him, and I was like, "You need this," and he's like, "Well, who's your vet?" And I told him, and he's like, "Oh no, that's okay." You know, he's like, "We can get it from them." He's like, "They're really good." He said they'll just email everything to us, and we'll have it in their database, kind of thing, instantly. So, but still, like, I mean, they're supposed to check and whatever. So that was a little weird, but I guess I was like helicopter mom or something, that he probably figured out she did have them, like as concerned as I was about all the other stuff. So I guess it didn't really matter. I don't know. But anyway, I feel like I need just a little bit better blend or something. Like transition. But it's probably, I'm not very good at that, so it's probably not going to happen. But once you spray a little water or something on it, I feel like it's not that bad either. So, let's do that actually. Let's go ahead and drop a little water. Okay. I hope I didn't get that in my pad. Move that out of the way. Where is a paper towel? Just a second, y'all. Well, I've lost them. Well, we'll just do this. I'll just tap it on there. It'll probably be fine. Ooh, smear a little. That's probably why you should use what you're supposed to use. Now let me just dab this and maybe it'll soak up a little. Since I don't have a paper towel. I just want a little bit of something anyway, nothing real major. Okay, so hopefully that will be dry enough to stamp that on. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, Brownie and I had to have some just cuddle, straight up cuddle time after she got back in, because she was not having, I wasn't driving, let's just say. We just sat there in the car and cuddle. Let me show you a picture. Hang on. Okay, so this is my wheel, and she's on my lap here, right? And then she's just like in my face right there looking at me. And then she's like comfy, and I'm petting her over here on her ear, and she's just closing her eyes and chilling out, and such a good girl, such a good baby. But that was all the pictures I could really focus on and take. So all right, I think I'm going to put this on here first, because I think that would be, I think, easier. I don't know. We'll see. Might be a little thick to stamp on, actually, but we'll see. But anyway, she was so loving, and I'd stopped on the way and got them, went to a place called Ollie's. It's kind of like, almost like a Big Lots or something, if you have one of those. But, and because Walmart was like out of bed, so these were only, I think, $29.99 each or something, or $29.95, I don't know. So, but not a bad deal. So I bought 2 more beds, because he has to have one too if she has one. And so and I picked up a couple new toys and a couple new treats for her to kind of like find in the back, you know. Wait. Well, it's already down. It's okay. Oh, actually, that'll cover it up. That's great. Okay, so let's put this here. And then I'll just lift that away. It's in position, locked and loaded. I'm still going to use this. I know it's probably not the best ink, but it is my favorite. Anyway, so she didn't do quite as well coming home, though, I have to say. We had to pull over a couple times and just have a little bit more loving time and explain to her that I was the one that had to drive and she needed to stay in the seat beside of me. And it was okay if she was like touching me like this, like I put a couple pillows across this way. But sometimes she didn't even want to do that. She just needed to be on your head or something. So we had to adjust herself a little bit, but that was okay. We did get her a hamburger and all that good stuff, and she liked that. And but later, of course, she threw it up. So once we got to my area and all the curves and that kind of thing, so there was that. And she also poo-pooed in the car. That was fabulous. But once again, I have to say, this dog is so good. Like, the way she does it. She did it, like, it's so gross. I shouldn't tell y'all about this, I know. But, you know, hey, y'all are my YouTube family, right? You don't mind. So, she did it, like, right on the hard part of the car. Like, I had all the blankets and everything down, and yeah, so she moved those. How sweet. But anyway, so she did it on this like little hard part, but it was so easy to clean up. Like, it was a nice little pile, and I just scooped it right up, put it in the bag, Cloroxed everything, and whatever. It's great. It's great. So I know this is probably horrendous to some of you people, but you know, if you're used to dogs, it happens. And my boyfriend's always saying, you know, you should put them in a carrier, but I hate them in a carrier. I just like them free and stuff, you know what I mean? Okay. So, when we got her home, I thought that, well, we stopped and saw my boyfriend first and his cousin because he was in, and anyway, I let him meet them, and I think I'm just going to tape this side. Everybody loves her that meets her, I'm telling you. They really do. Not even just saying that. But anyway, so when she got home, I thought Copper, the boy dog, would be, like, super excited that she was here because, like, he was moping around and all that stuff while she was gone. And no, he was almost, like, trying to be a little dominating and a little grouchy, and I don't know. I was not happy with that. And so I stayed out there for several hours, kind of like re-socializing them or whatever again. And then he eventually did better by the nighttime, so that was okay. But he didn't want her, like, I put the new beds down and things like that, and he'd kind of root her out of the bed, and I was just not having that day. No, no, no. And he was trying to take her her little chew and just whatever, you know. And then, like, I would, one time, that was sort of sweet, but I was kissing her on the head, because that's my thing. I just kiss them on the head all the time. And so I was like, and she was like, oh, whatever. And so then he looked at me. He was just a couple steps away, and he just started crying. And he's a crier all the time. It's cute when he cries, but it's loud. But anyway, I was like, what's wrong, buddy? And then I realized, like, maybe I'm giving her too much attention or whatever, and he's not getting enough. Anyway, so I said, come on over here, and he immediately bent his head straight down so I could, like, give him kisses on the head. So But and I tried to play them both together and all that. But anyway, so by the nighttime, um, they were doing fine. And I guess it just took him a little time. It had been a pretty good while. I mean, like, what was it, 10 days or something? So I guess he just, I don't know, got used to all the attention himself or just forgot, or I don't know. But it turned out okay. Uh-oh. That's off just a hair. Where are the scissors? But anyway, I'm just, and you know what? He has not played with a toy since, like, and we were throwing balls and doing stuff each night, and then at nighttime he would, like, scatter them everywhere, and, just, anyway, so, like, now I'll throw a ball and he'll just look at me like, nah, you go get it. And, so, and as soon as she got home, like, I don't know, it was, like, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, he started growling and chasing stuff again. I was like, oh, yay, you're going to be okay. And it was just nice to hear him all be his old growling self. So, all in all, it's going good. And she's healing nicely. Everything's going good. And they haven't eaten the beds. I'm really, really excited. So, it's awesome. Okay, so I am going to, I guess, end the story here. I've got lots more to tell you about everything going on, but it's card night, so, and they're done. Thank goodness. And once again, I'm sorry I'm late. I would like to stamp something here. To be honest, I'm probably going to use this for mine and my boyfriend's anniversary coming up, but I might make another one because I think I'm going to turn it this way so I can maybe put some words up here and maybe add a little, I don't know what. I could almost, what do you guys think about this, either on the inside, just down here, or kind of as a border somewhere all around? I don't know. It's pretty big. I don't know, but I really want to use that stamp too. So, anyway, go check out Brandy's channel. I really liked, I liked both her cards. The shells I totally loved, and I like the drinks too, even though that was her. I think sometimes we're the opposite. But that's the fun of it, right? Those little drink things, I love stamping those, and putting some little glossy accents or something on there. And so go check out hers. They're awesome, as usual. And she's very good with the shells. Y'all have to really check that out. Uh-oh, look at this. Look, it's bleeding pink. I guess you should let these dry before you put them in a swimming pool of glue. I don't know, but just a tip. But I do think this one needs something, okay? I don't know, maybe some embossed edges, or maybe you could put, there's one called Smile, I think. You could just stamp it around here. You could even stamp the drinks. I can't remember what that one says. What does it say? Get some sunshine and fresh air. I don't know. Anyway, I'll think on it. But for now, that is my use it and snooze it. And to be honest, I almost like how the snooze it turned out better than the use it this time. But I still, not crazy about the stamp, but I still love this one. So, however you want to take it, y'all. But anyway, so thank you, Brandy, for thinking of this cool idea and getting us to use our kits more. That's my main thing. I really want to use these kits more. So, and in the future, I do plan on using her for something. I always like the girls in there, and the sunglasses are cool, but I'm not going to go over the kit again because you probably already heard me do that as well. But I hope you guys are doing good, and hopefully this weekend I can catch up on a little bit of crafting and chatting and all that good stuff. So keep me updated. Tell me what's going on in your life or your dog's life, as this has turned into nothing but a dog channel. So, but anyway, I'll talk to you later, guys. Again, sorry I'm late. Bye, y'all.